Hey guys, I told you I was doing a Lackadaisy video and I wanted to do this. A couple quick things. One, thank you so much for giving on my shadow video so much support. I really appreciate it. I was honestly surprised to at first it didn't get that many views, but then it skyrocketed out of nowhere. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And, two, this will basically be like my Roy X Listener series that I did in the past, except this time I made an actual Wattpad account, so I don't have to open it through Google anymore, and it's just easier. So, I've been tempted to do this. I wanted to decide on either Freckle X Reader or Rocky X Reader, but Rocky, y'all, I made a community post saying we're Rocky my beloved. I think that was kind of obvious. But, there's 10 chapters from what I saw. So, but I won't be doing the same thing where, I upload, 2 videos a day because it's the middle of the night. I'll, make them, less close together like the Roy series was. Because I was uploading almost day after day with that because I really wanted to finish it. I couldn't stop reading it. I couldn't put the phone down. But yeah, anyway, this is Devil's Tango with the Danger by Anna Carolina 722134. This generally caught my eye. When I first made this account, I just I didn't even know that this was I had an actual account on here. I just opened Wattpad randomly one day and I was like, "Oh yeah, that was from my Roy videos." So, but yeah, anyway, we'll start at chapter 1. Okay. Okay. After tying a scarf in your hair to stop even more hair from spinning around the house, you took the broom to start cleaning your house. Usually that was your mother's job and you just helped her around the house, but her and your father had gone on a 2-week trip to celebrate their wedding anniversary, leaving you home alone with that responsibility. They assured you that they were doing a good thing for you because someday you would meet a boy you were going to marry and you would have to learn to take care of your house and keep it always in order and tidy. Sorry I keep pausing. I'm making sure I'm reading this right. What, reading? Okay. Okay, never mind. You lamented having so many things to do, but they were right. You had to learn if you didn't want to be handed back to them. However, when you were about to start sweeping, the doorbell rang. You walked to the door smiling when you opened it and saw that it was your best friend Ivy, despite the fact that she arrived at a bad time. Ooh, this is gonna be some tea. Okay, I'm so glad you're home right now, she sighed in relief as she pulled you into a hug. What happened? You asked, imagining that some tragedy had happened. Are you alright? Yes, I'm fine. Don't worry, she assured you quickly. But I don't need your help. I already messed it up, but I need your help. And I mean a lot. She was your best friend since the two of you... Oh my god, I'm sorry. Since the two of you were just 2 little girls, so undoubtedly you would help her however you could. Of course, what do you need from me? You asked, being solicited. So I came here because the musicians haven't shown up at the barn yet, she began. Mitzi said we urgently need someone who can play an instrument or sing, and I told her I know someone. Ooh. You soon understood where she was going with that. You would do anything for her, but get involved with dangerous people, despite saying that most of the people there weren't bad, despite doing things that were considered wrong. Your parents could even dream that Ivy was involved with those kinds of people. They would either send you to a boarding school in another state or even another country, so you wouldn't have to contact with her anymore. And you didn't want that. Oh, I don't think so, Ivy. You firmly denied it. Sorry, you know I would do anything for you except for this. Aw, what's the matter? She groaned impatiently. I'm not asking you to participate in a robbery or a shooting. You just have to go up on stage at the bar, play and sing to entertain the clients. I know it... Oh, okay. I know you can sing and play piano. You briefly thought about the case, but your decision still hasn't changed. You would even accept it because you trusted her completely, but you didn't trust the other people who worked there at all. Even so, I feel like I can get involved in something one way or another, you argued. And another thing, what do you think my parents are going to do when they find out I did this? They won't find out about any of this. They're on a trip, she answered. Dude, I'm sorry, my screen is really greasy because I was eating pizza just now. And that's why I'm having trouble reading it. Sorry. They don't need to know anything. Come on, it's just for today, please? She insisted so much that you ended up accepting it, now knowing exactly if you were making the right decision or not. She shouted happily and wrapped you in a tight hug, thanking you over and over again. Well, it's you who knows where this bar is. Show me the way, you said. You really believe you're going to perform on stage dressed like that, right? She asked, giving you a once-over. What's wrong with my clothes? You asked after taking a brief look at the dress you were wearing. You're wearing a kitchen apron over it, but you could take it off. Nothing wrong with them. They're just not quite suitable for the occasion, she said, resting her hands on your shoulders and guiding you to your room. But don't worry, let me take care of everything for you. While you were taking a shower, she chose the clothes and accessories you were going to wear that night. It was her prettiest party dress, a strong red like blood, accompanied by a shiny sheer lace scarf and short satin gloves, which was a little lighter red than the dress. Ooh, do you think they'll like my voice? You asked as you threw one of the scarf parts over your shoulder. As one of your audience for most of our lives, I'm pretty sure they will, Ivy replied, as she grabbed one of the bottles of perfume from the top of your dresser and sprayed some on your scarf. Okay, I need to seriously wipe my screen. Give me a second. Why do I have to dress up like a call girl to do that? You questioned for a moment, doubting her true intentions about taking you with her to that place. There's no big reason. You need to look presentable to go on stage, that's all, she explained. She took your hands in hers and looked at you again, looking dazed as if she was looking at you for the first time in her life. I think for the first time I know the difference between pretty and beautiful, she said with a smile. Oh, stop it. You looked away, embarrassed by her compliment. Well, now that I'm finally in character, shall we go? She giggled and intertwined her arm with yours before you two walked outside your house. You sighed as she started the car and drove to the bar. What wouldn't you do for her? You just hope you wouldn't regret that decision. Okay, I changed the reading mode so I can just swipe side to side. So it's all good now. Okay. You couldn't help but be confused when Ivy parked the car and you found yourself in front of a cafe called Little Daisy. You looked around to see if you could locate the Lackadaisy, but only saw an almost empty street illuminated by the moonlight, but even more so by street lamps. Where is this place? You asked, raising an eyebrow. Don't be so hasty. Soon you'll understand everything, she replied, gesturing with her hand for you to follow her. The two of you entered the cafe, and she led you to what looks like a secret door hidden by a red curtain. She opened the door, waiting for you to enter. However, you are frozen in place, perhaps from nervousness. You felt like your heart was going to jump out of your mouth. There's no danger, she assured you, resting her hand on your shoulder. You can enter. You took a deep breath to try and calm your nerves at least a little, and took the first step inside, starting down the stairs. You didn't understand why a bar had to be in such a secret place, but you decided not to ask any more questions. Halfway up the stairs, you managed to see an elegantly dressed gray and burly cat, who you deduced was the doorman of the place. Hello, Horatio, Ivy greeted him with a wave. So that was his name. Ivy, he greeted her back, soon shifting his attention to you. Oh, so this lovely young lady is your friend? I appreciate the compliment, sir. You thanked him before extending your hand. Nice to meet you. The pleasure is all mine, miss, he said, gently taking her hand and giving it a kiss. Soon after, he opened the door for you two to pass. Welcome. Thank you again, you said before walking in along with your best friend. You gaped, being surprised and delighted at the same time to observe how beautiful that place was. It seemed an unreal place, like the places narrated in soap operas that you listened to on the radio with your mother. Your admiration was short-lived. Ivy took you by the hand and led you to where the bar owner was, surrounded by some gentlemen. You became dazzled as soon as you saw the owner of the place. She was such a beautiful woman, even more so than Ivy had told you. Ivy, honey, you really managed to bring her in, she overjoyed, smiling as she walked towards you. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Mitzi, you said as she greeted you with 2 kisses on the cheeks. Welcome to my establishment, sweetheart, she said in an affable tone of voice. Ivy has told me so much about you. I was quite curious to know if you are really as good a singer as she told me. Maybe she overreacted a bit, he said between nervous chuckles, turning to talk to her. But you felt every hair on your tail stand on end when you didn't see her where she was the last time you saw her. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to, this is really formatted, weird. And I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. I just, have to look really closely. I can read, I swear. Okay, anyway. As welcoming and nice as the people in that bar were, Ivy was the only friendly face you knew there. Wait, where's Ivy? You asked, looking from side to side to see if you spotted her again. Calm down, honey, Missy said, quickly noticing your uneasiness. She just went to get her little friend so you can meet him too. Is this gonna be Rocky? You turned and watched her walk towards you while pulling a young man who looked the same age as her and you by the arm. Wait, is this gonna be Rocky or Freckle? She didn't need to tell you who he was. She told you countless times how cute the guy she was interested in was, and indeed he was. I am not good on English. She said that the 2 of you were a lot alike because you both didn't go out much, and you also didn't have a very wide social circle. Why does every Wattpad story have to call me out in some way? However, he seemed a lot more shy than you were. Ivy lightly pushed him towards you as he tried to, this is Freckle, as he tried to muster up enough courage to talk to you. Seeing this, you decided to take the initiative. It's nice to meet you, Calvin. You smiled and held out your hand for him to shake. Yep, I knew it. Without saying anything, he reached out his hand and squeezed your hand before running off somewhere far away from you. Aww. I might do a Freckle... you know what? Maybe. It depends on how long this series is gonna be. Oh, he's quite shy, isn't he? You said between soft laughs. Don't mind that, I said nonchalantly. Once he gets to know you better, he'll loosen up more. All right, then, you shrugged. Make yourself comfortable, honey. When you're ready to perform, just let us know, Mitzi said, resting her hand on your shoulder. As if you couldn't tell, I tried doing a Mitzi voice, but it's kind of hard. I'll do a Mitzi voiceover maybe, but maybe not as soon as you think. If you allow me, miss, it could be now, you answered. So the stage is all yours. She pointed to where the stage was. You're going to be great, I know it. Ivy... Oh. You know what, it's fine. Ivy whispered encouraging words in your ear as she gave you a hug. You smiled and gave her a quick kiss on the cheek in thanks before walking to the stage. As you walked there, listening to the click of your shoes against the perfectly polished floor, you couldn't see, but you could feel everyone's eyes on you. You took a deep breath. You had to be brave to help your best friend. You discreetly lifted your skirt with one hand so you could climb the stairs and went to the only instrument you knew how to play, the piano. It was a beautiful piano. You couldn't contain yourself from running your fingers over the smooth black material. You cleared your throat briefly and played the first musical notes of a song you knew how to play. You heard the entire bar shut up just so they could hear your voice. Ooh. You opened your mouth and started singing, at first low and shy like a mouse. With reason that was the first time you performed in front of so many people. But little by little, you started to sing louder, which made everyone applaud loudly, especially Ivy. With that encouragement, you got carried away and sang your heart out. You had never felt so alive. Can you, thank you. Felt so alive in your life as you did at that moment. While you were performing, Zib and the other band members finally arrived at the bar, warned by Horatio that Mitzi wasn't happy at all about their tardiness. He tried to explain to her why they were late, but Mitzi told him to be quiet so she wouldn't had to stop listening to you. Your voice was even more beautiful than she had expected. It was so smooth and strong at the same time, so hypnotic, it felt like you'd stolen it from a mermaid. Ooh, really? Just like everyone else there, the whole band was soon equally dazzled the moment they started hearing you singing. Especially Rocky. Ooh, I got goosebumps. He quickly approached the stage. He had to take a closer look at who owned a voice as sweet and enchanting as that one. As he had guessed, it was a woman with a face as pretty as the voice. Stop. He leaned against the edge of the stage, feeling like he could stay there and listen to you sing forever. When the song ended, you were treated to an even louder round of applause that made your cheeks flush. I'm already flushing right now. For the first time, you felt loved by people who were not your family or Ivy. You spelled family wrong. Okay, I'm sorry. Wait, what happened? What happened? I lost my place. Okay, I got confused. It turns out that these two were just typos. My bad. You got up to thank all the applauses, but found yourself frozen again when came into your field of vision, a young man. Ooh, the most handsome you had ever seen, with even more beautiful eyes. His eyes were blue and so deep, just like the sea, and you loved the sea. This is only chapter 2, please. You felt something you've never felt before, so it was impossible to explain with words, but it felt like something out of a dream. Soon after, he took a red rose from the jacket he was wearing and held it out to you, a huge smile playing across his lips as he bent down to accept the flower. You held the flower to your nose and inhaled its delicate scent, still looking at him. You knew absolutely nothing about that young man, his name, where he came from, if he was a customer or if he worked here, but you knew you were in love with him. No! Sorry, apparently, I had no idea ads were on Wattpad, alright? I had no idea. Oh my god. Okay, I don't really know how to do a Rocky voice, but I'll try my best. What's your name, voice of angel? He asked. He seemed like someone who wasted no time. You felt like covering your face and doing little jumps. No man had ever called you something so beautiful, let alone one as attractive as him. You introduced yourself, telling him your name. Is that how you pronounce? Okay, I'm making sure I'm reading that right before I say it. Okay, I'm Rourke. He also introduced himself to you, but you can just call me Rocky, or the love of your life. Lord. Okay. Oh, what a cheeky young man you are. We barely know each other, you said between laughs, twirling a lock of your hair around your index finger. Dude, I'm not even joking. That's actually what I did while reading that line, and I didn't even know it said that yet. It's fate. Is that what you tell everyone? Depends. Did you like it? He joked. Oh my gosh. You burst out laughing. He was so charming. It's only chapter 3 and I'm already, blushing. Stop! Before you started talking again, you were interrupted by more applause and requests for you to sing one more song. Let me have this moment, man. I think I better go back to the piano, you said. My audience is calling me. Ooh. He dared to take your hand in his and give it a kiss, making you feel the butterflies in your stomach flutter. Oh my god. Why am I already loving this? Okay, you can go, he muttered. I'm not going anywhere. Rocky voiceover. It's happening. It's happening. You smiled at him and tucked the rose he gave you behind your right ear before getting up and going back to sit on the piano seat. This time you played and sang a song that was more happy and upbeat, just like you were feeling at that moment. Is she really going to take our place today? Sid protested with Mitzi. Yes, she answered bluntly. Maybe that way you'll learn to get here on time. He snorted and lit another cigarette, resigning himself. He had a feeling she would bitch about that delay with them forever. After playing and singing 2 more songs, you had to stop. Consequently, your throat starting to feel dry and your fingers starting to get tired. My dears, I must inform you that I'm going to rest my voice for a while, you announced, which made everyone wail. But don't be sad. In a little while, I'll sing again if the owner allows me. Rocky offered to help you get off the stage, which you didn't need, but accepted so he could hold your hand again. God damn! Would you mind if I kept you company? He asked. No way, you replied as you walked to the bar. You were surprised to see Victor behind the counter. Ivy had already told you he worked at Lackadaisy, but you never guessed he was the bartender there. Victor! You greeted him with a smile. He turned, and when he saw it was you, he smiled. Wait, he smiles? Hello, darling. Oh my gosh. Oh, I didn't know you were able to smile. Rocky mocked in an exaggerated tone of voice, which made his smile disappear. You ruined it, Rocky. Yeah. The only thing keeping me from wiping the idiotic grin off your face is the girl's presence, he said rudely. Rudely. So, which drink would you like? No, thank you. I don't drink. You politely declined. But a glass of water to get rid of this dryness in my throat. I'll take it. Mood, sis. He nodded and turned to take what you ordered. What you ordered. Why do I keep doing that? So you don't drink? Rocky asked to start another topic with you. No, you denied. I don't drink and never have. You were suddenly taken aback when Ivy jumped on you and wrapped you in a hug. He didn't hide his annoyance at her intrusion, but he didn't say anything when he saw that you looked cheerful in her presence. Didn't I say you were going to be great? She asked. Yes, you're always right, you said between laughs. Even though I Aw, Freckle. Even though I was hidden, I was able to hear you. Your voice is very beautiful. Freckle praised you, looking away while scratching the back of his head. I don't know who's more relatable. The character I'm supposed to be, or Freckle. You smiled, sensing that he was starting to loosen up with you. Aw. Thank you, sweetie. You thanked him with a wink. When caught off guard by that gesture, he covered his own face with the hat he was wearing and walked away. You could not laugh. Oh, this is so cute. Okay, I'll read a little more of this. Victor gave you a glass of water with an ice cube, and you drank it all quickly, as if you hadn't drunk water for days. Wow, you were really thirsty, Ivy laughed. How could I not be, you said. Okay, I don't know if y'all can hear this, but I have a little bit of the hiccups, so if I pause at certain parts, that's why. Seeing that if he didn't say anything, Ivy would never leave your side, Rocky decided to intervene in the conversation. Hey, Miss Pepper, why don't you go find my cousin for me? He asked. She didn't think twice. It'd be like playing hide and seek. I'll be right back, she warned you before going out looking for his cousin in the hall. Your cousin? You asked, curious to know who that relative of his was. Yes, the little shy guy who hid, he explained. You were soon surprised to learn that Ivy's new crush of the week was Rocky's cousin. Oh, I love them. Now I know why he's such a cutie pie, you said, flirting without realizing it. Oh, you rolled up your words, trying to explain what you had just said, but ended up being silenced by him with a kiss on the cheek. Ooh, 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 ooh. Stop freaking out. Still not knowing what to say to him for that gesture, you just chuckled nervously. Woo! Your laugh is so lovely, he said. Stop. Resting his face in your hand while still looking at you. Stop. Yeah, please. Stop. You're gonna make me more flushed than I already am. You smiled, looking away sheepishly. I swear I've never read this before in my life. I hate how I'm like doing the same things that me and the story is doing. Don't blame me for telling the truth, he laughed. You two spent most of your time talking while you weren't on stage performing. Rocky was always very close to you, preventing other men from approaching you because you were already accompanied. Yes, please. Yes. You became more enchanted by him every minute that passed, even more so when he wrote you a beautiful poem saying that everything about you inspired him. Ladies, everyone, get yourself a man like this. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll read like a little bit more of this and then, oh my god, and then I'll be done. Even though you were enjoying yourself like never before in that place, when you saw that it was almost midnight, you wanted to go home. Even though your parents weren't home and you didn't have to worry about arriving late at night, you still felt like a criminal for disobeying an order from them, even if they weren't around. Do you want me to take you home? Rocky asked before you went to ask Ivy to do it. You hesitated for a moment. As charming as he was, it wasn't wise to go out alone with a man you'd known for less than 24 hours. Listen, I know I get the context and the time period, but I swear if I met Rocky, I would be holding back excitement and be like, yes. But for some reason, when you looked into his eyes again, you couldn't say no. Yeah, see? Ivy, it's getting late. I think I'll go home. You let her know that you were just talking to Mitzi and other band members. Aw, but already, honey? Mitzi lamented. Yes, I'm feeling a little bit tired, but this has been one of the best nights of my life, you said while holding her hand. Oh, before you go, she said before opening her purse and pulling out some bills of money from it, holding it out towards you. Thank you, Miss M, but I can't accept it. You refused the money. I did it more as a favor to Ivy, and besides, I don't even work here. Without saying anything, Mitzi took your hand and placed the money in it, practically forcing you to accept it. Don't be coy, honey, you've earned it, she smiled. Oh, about the fact that you don't work here, I want that to change. I always knew what the band was missing was a female voice, so what do you say? You immediately became dazzled by that proposal. It would be more than wonderful to attend the bar and sing, both for the people who worked there and for the customers. However, you were soon brought back from your paradise, remembering that 1 hour your parents would ask you the reason why you were going out every day at night, and not too late, they would find out about everything. You weren't a good liar. Yeah, I read that right. I would love to work here officially, miss, you started. But I could get myself in a lot of trouble with my parents if I did. Missy understood your reasons as soon as she laid eyes on you. She knew that you were like many young girls of that era. But she wouldn't give up on you that easily. Okay, guys, I think I'll stop right about here for now. 'Cause this is almost like half an hour long. I don't know how many parts this is going to be in, but, like, I'll make sure that, like, it won't be, like, 6 or 5 parts like my Roy series was. At this point, I forget how long it was. I think 6 or 7? Like, yeah, anyways, this was part 2 of Rocky X Reader. And I'll be posting more Lackadaisy content. When earlier in the video I said I'd be doing a Rocky voiceover out of excitement, I actually did mean that, and I'll do that shortly after the series is done. But anyways, I have school tomorrow, so yeah, bye. Bro, turn off.